Hey teammates, come on in. So this is officially my graduation master's vlog. I am super excited to be graduating. I just ended my other vlog earlier today talking about the week of my life leading up to this because it has been crazy turning in assignments and all the other things supporting my friend in Mexico. But in this vlog, it's all about me getting my master's, so come along with me. First, we just made it to Virginia Beach, Virginia, where I actually went to Regent University and majored in early childhood education. That was my undergrad. I'm getting my master's. I have to train my brain. I'm getting my master's in educational leadership. So starting off with our room tour. I came on Thursday because I really wanted to enjoy it, time with my family and friends. And then my sister's coming and some other family members are coming, so that should be so much fun. To show you guys the tour, we're gonna go ahead and start off in here. This hotel's a little vintage, but it has super nice characteristics, and so I like it. Like, everything doesn't have to be modern and up to date to be beautiful and spectacular. So here we go. Into the bathroom. Here we have our shower, very much showered. And then here we have another sink with this beautiful golden mirror. It's like antique stuff I'm starting to really like little touches like this that you can't find in like the store, or you just don't want everything in your home that everybody else has in your home. Now that I have a home, I have an eye for design, things like this. So now we have two beds. The window, our view is of the trees and stuff, but my college is actually really close to here, so you know how graduation, it could be a lot of moving parts. But right now we are about to go get something to eat because we're hungry. We just made it here. It's like 8 o'clock on Thursday. Let's go get something to eat. Alrighty guys, happy Friday. So it is now convocation day. We're walking to breakfast. We had a great night last night. Oh, it's beautiful out here. I think it's behind here. Alrighty, good morning teammates. Every time I try to film, there's a siren, an alarm. Something is going off. I feel like I could never win. But hello and happy Friday. It is May 3rd and I have made it to my makeup appointment for my graduation. I want to keep my makeup on for today and tomorrow, but we'll see how that goes. Or I may just have to reapply my own makeup tomorrow. But for special occasions, I usually don't wear makeup, but for special occasions, I am going to go all out because you only get your master's degree once, unless I go back for another degree, which probably I won't. I'm not doing that. This literally kicked my butt. But at breakfast, as you guys could see, we had waffles and egg omelets. Ever since I had that in Mexico, it's had a chokehold on me. That's what I've been wanting to have for breakfast for now until whenever I get tired of it. Oh, at breakfast, I met so many PhD students because they got their hooded ceremony yesterday, and then my convocation's today, so I'm not sure if master degrees get hooded or not. We're going to celebrate convocation today, so that should be exciting. I heard a lot of good positive feedback from other schools that had their convocation, and then also the doctor students. I met this one doctor student, and if she's watching this, shout out to you. It was so nice to meet you. Like, just seeing other beautiful Black people do their thing, like, it just makes my heart so happy. And also all the diversity and people just like excellence, academic excellence, and it definitely motivates me to go get my doctorates. I'm like, oh, I'm such a nerd. The fact that I have that hunger inside of me is crazy because I was like, oh, I just finished my master's, I'm not going back. And now that I'm around all these people, I actually might want to go back. But I may take a year off or whatever, but we'll see what God has in store for me. But right now I'm going to go get my makeup done, so I'll show you guys that process as well.
What it means to be a Christian leader. And it's cliche, but first is, of course, humility. And humility is indispensable. Our motto here is, of course, Christian leadership to change the world. But I have often wondered what that really means in practice. Regent's answer to that question of mine is simple: to form your life in the way of Jesus, to serve without expecting anything in return, and to do what is right, not what is easy. The world's view of leadership is not like this. It has a lot more to do with power and control than it does with humility and service. But Regent has a very different idea of leadership. Not long ago, I had the chance to sit around a table and hear from Chancellor Robertson and hear him talk about his vision for Regent. His answers to all the questions about the future of Regent were centered not on his grand plans and vision, but on the absolute need for prayer. He models a quiet, prayerful humility in the way he leads. Here at Regent, I have seen that in the end, world-changing leadership is much less about our position, influence, or how hard we can fight our way to the top, and much more about being faithful in the small and mundane tasks that we would often prefer that other people do instead of us. I've come to realize that an important aspect of humility is understanding that my position in life is not my problem. My job title, my role, the amount of influence I have, all these things are not in my control. It's not my job to make all of my dreams happen. It is my job to be faithful in the normal parts of life. I love the story of Joseph from the Bible. For decades, he lived his life in total frustration and obscurity. And then one day, he basically became president. The Lord can elevate any of us tomorrow. But the real question is, could we handle it? It took years of suffering for Joseph to become the kind of person that the Lord could use. And the Lord is, I think, much more concerned with how humble we are, how much we think of others, than he is with where we fall in the org chart of life. Just the other day, my wife asked me, "Who's someone who inspires you?" Without hesitation, I said, "Professor James Duane from the law school. He's one of the most brilliant and fascinating people that I've ever met. He could be a partner at any firm, any law firm in the country, making orders of magnitude more money than he is now. And yet he chooses to go where the Lord has called him. His trust in the Lord with his position in life has profoundly shaped how I see my own." Second, here at Regent, I have learned that a leader must be present. We are perhaps the first culture in history that has made distraction into an art form. We celebrate it, we perpetuate it, and long for it. But we are all caught in the flow of time. I'm sure many of you are staggering around today wondering, how did I get here? How did it all go by so fast? As far as I know, there is only one way to slow down the onslaught of time, and that is to learn the very difficult lesson of how to be completely present where the Lord has you, with the things and the people right in front of you. Our culture tells us that if we want to change the world, you must be 10 steps ahead, thinking about all the things you're supposed to be doing in the future. But if we miss the moments and the people right in front of us, we miss it all. Of course,
I don't think I can win. It's going to be really tough to take on an incumbent, and I really don't know if this is what I want to do. And my wife's response was simple. The Lord does not call us to victory. The Lord calls us to obedience.
Amen.
So off I went, and I remember on election night when the results were coming in, one of my political advisors said, if we pull this off, you'd be the first candidate to defeat an incumbent attorney general in Virginia since 1885. And I remember thinking, wow, I'm so glad I did not know that when I was thinking about running. But it also means to take on even more consequential things than just running for office. I want to take you back to Virginia, a very different Virginia, in 1951, at a crossroads in a little town called Farmville. And a remarkable young Virginian, one of the most remarkable Virginians that ever lived, named Barbara Johns. Every day, Barbara passed the school that was beautifully done and had just been built, that was for only white students. And she was forced, living in then a segregated Virginia, to go to a segregated black high school, which required her, every time it rained, to bring an umbrella just to sit in class. She saw this indignity every day. She saw that she lived in society that did not respect and identify her dignity. And she did something about it. This 16-year-old girl got up at a student assembly at a student assembly and said, if you're tired of this, if you're tired of this injustice, please leave school now and march with me to the superintendent's office to demand change. She got up in front of the entire school at age 16 in 1951 because she believed in Proverbs 29, without vision the people will perish. To give you perspective, this was 4 years before Rosa Parks. This was 9 years before the Greensboro Four. And this was 12 years before Dr. King's speech that altered the course of American history. And then entering the stage was another one of my legal heroes, Oliver Hill, who said, I will take your case, Barbara, on the condition that we're not going to seek a lawsuit to build you a better school. We're going to seek a case to dismantle the entire system of segregation in this country. Many of you all know this case, particularly your law students, as Brown v. Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas. What you may not realize is over 75% of the plaintiffs in that case were actually those plaintiffs led by Barbara Johns. They were Virginians. They rolled in the case of Davis versus Prince Edward County. And this year is the 70th anniversary of that remarkable case and that story of Barbara Johns. She is an example of leadership, guided by her faith, that indeed changed the world. It is amazing what happens when the Lord gives us purpose and visions. But for Christians to change the world, you must never ever anchor your hope in the world. Because ultimately, our world too often preaches hope in the material, in conspicuous consumption, for celebrity's sake. Society preaches to us to love things and to use people, when the reality is we should love people and use things. Success for success' sake is a dead-end street. Pastor Tim Keller had a remarkable sermon when he reflected on an article.
Graduates, you may change your tassel.
Graduated. Got my
Grad season.
Dex is here. Mrs. Sami's here. Say hi, Mrs. Sami. I got Birdie here. Woo! I'm Birdie. I graduated.
Yes, congratulations.
Anything you guys say to the vlog? So proud of you. I'm so glad that you made it to the finish line. Do you have any more schooling?
Another awesome milestone.
Thank you. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching my graduation vlog for my master's. I'm now in educational leadership, so coming to a school near you. I might even leave your school. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Peace.